and I'm probably going to get slayed for even mentioning this, but I feel like I have to share this because it's something that really has been grinding my gears lately, is just this whole ketogenic movement, the keto diet. Everything's keto. There's products coming out that are keto. There's shakes, there's drinks, there's keto this, keto that. And it's being touted on the internet by many folks who should know better. And it's being touted as this end-all be-all solution for weight loss and sustainable living and health, and that couldn't be further from the truth. A ketogenic diet, yes, there is a place for that. There's a time for that, depending on your given situation. But how hard and difficult it is to actually get into ketosis and do it in a safe way makes the risk to reward ratio not worth it, in my opinion. And it can actually be the most unhealthy way to try to lose weight. It can be wildly dangerous. And don't just take my word for it as a nutritionist. I want to share a clip of an expert named Tim Ferriss, written multiple New York Times bestsellers. He's kind of the godfather of the quantified self movement. He's connected with dozens and dozens of different doctors and researchers and who have put him through the paces and who have kind of opened the hood on diet and health and specifically the ketogenic diet. And here's what he has to say about it. And I hope it's really helpful for you if you are considering keto, if your friends or family members are considering it or have done it or doing it. Maybe have them take a watch and do a little bit of research, because I couldn't stress this more, that just being keto and I'm just eating keto, unless you're doing it exactly right, and it's binary thing, as you'll hear Timothy talk about, it's binary. Unless you're doing it exactly right, it is wildly unhealthy. And you should really audit whether or not that's the best way to be going about achieving your goals. So.
The problem with the ketogenic diet is that if you don't get it perfectly right, it is the worst possible diet you could follow. What do I mean by that? The goal of a ketogenic diet is to get into a state of ketosis. This means that your carbohydrate and protein consumption is low enough, effectively zero in the case of carbohydrates, and your fat intake is high enough. So we're talking about 75+% of your calories from fat, that your body switches into effectively a starvation mode, where it says we're not getting the carbohydrates and nutrients we need to produce glucose for the body, for the brain, and everything else. So we're going to start converting fat, that includes stored fat, that's why you store fat, into these alternate fuel source called ketones. Okay, this is a very, very binary thing. So you are either in ketosis or you are not. And we can measure it with, say, a finger prick device called the Precision Extra, XTRA, by Abbott Labs. And if you are not, say, at 0.5 millimolars, that's how the concentration is measured, that's the number readout. If you're not at 0.5 or higher, and if you're in ketosis generally, people would consider the feeling, the euphoria and the clarity that you feel at, say, 1 millimolar or higher. For some people, it's even 1.5 or 2. You are in ketosis, but a lot of people, and when I say a lot, I would say more than 60% of the people who attempt to do this will fail, because they will miss things like some type of sugar that's in the mustard they use, or they will have some type of even, say, non-nutritive artificial sweetener that for whatever reason provokes an insulin response or a glucose response. Or, this is a trickier one, they aren't consuming a bunch of carbohydrates, they followed that, but they're eating too much protein, and then the liver turns the extra amino acids via something called gluconeogenesis into, pardon my French, glucose, and then you're screwed again. So there are many ways to mess up the ketogenic diet, and if you think you're in ketosis, so you're eating 70-80% of your calories from fat, but you're actually using glucose, that is arguably the worst possible diet you could follow. Your blood lipid profiles, all of these blood markers are going to go way out of whack. So you either get it really, really right, or it's a terrible diet. So
well, guys, I hope that gives you another perspective or a counter perspective to maybe what seems to be kind of espoused on the internet as the end-all be-all solution for your weight goals. If ever you would like to talk about this, talk about nutrition, talk about how our technology customizes nutrition plans for you and how our team works to help you achieve your goals in a healthy way, from the cell up, inside out approach to nutrition, don't hesitate to give us a call. We're always here to be a help, a resource, whether you're a client of ours or not. But I hope this sheds some light on kind of what we're seeing out there, and hopefully gives you another perspective to consider as you're trying to achieve your goals. Talk to you soon.